0, 1. Let's get started.
Hey there, toy collector friends and Transformers fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time traveling toy collector, and today we have something titanic for you to have a look at. Yes, it's the Transformers Legacy United Titan Class Tidal Wave. So this is the box. As you can tell, because of the size of it, I'm not in my usual review area, but this is spectacular. So I'm hoping the sound quality is okay for you. But yeah, this is a gigantic box. I think we've seen slightly bigger in some of the other Titans, admittedly, but nevertheless, it doesn't detract from this one being quite the whopper. So again, as I say, apologies for not being in the usual, my usual location, but you'll understand why shortly. Yeah, so this is, here's my hand for comparisons. This is a gigantic box, Armada Universe Tidal Wave, and here we have the Dark Fleet. Apologies, trying to keep it all in shot. So in this fantastic piece of artwork, you can see all of the Autobots, minute little Autobots all around. Obviously, if you're looking for spoilers and Easter eggs for the future, good luck, you might see some. But yeah, so zooming in a little bit here, obviously I'm going handheld for this. Here we can see the Dark Fleet elements, and you can see them sort of scattered throughout the toy form. But yeah, so Armada Universe, I did not collect Transformers toys and figures when Armada was all the rage. That came after my time, which is, you know, fine. And I very nearly passed up on getting this figure. Luckily, I did not. Let's whiz the box around and I'll show you the other side. Bear with me. And as if by magic, there we go. So here we have the product shot. This is the combined form, the Titanic form of Tidal Wave. We have the extended base mode here, which is achieved in 23 steps. We also have the Dark Fleet, which is the 3 component parts. So there's a sort of a hovercraft thing, or if you like, a lander. That's possibly more of a hovercraft thing, and a carrier item. They combine into a gigantic seafaring and I believe flying vehicle as well. And of course, all versions lead to home, which is the Tidal Wave figure itself. When it comes in the packaging, because I have taken him out, so it's a bit more manageable. It's in a few sections, so the leg sections are separate, the arm sections are separate, and the upper torso is separate. It's very easy to combine them. It's not complicated at all. So far, that's all I've done. So I haven't had a chance to play with this or these. Or the other interesting feature is you get a mini Dark Fleet, which is stored about the person of the robot mode, which can then be attached to. Now this example is Legacy Galvatron from Armada, but it's pretty much the same mold as Legacy Armada Megatron, which some of you may have spotted in my Instagram. I did pick up a little while ago. Wasn't going to, watched a couple of reviews online and thought, actually, it does look like quite a decent figure. And if I'm going to have a Titan class figure with some features, I guess I'm going to want to have a look at those features in action. I'm really excited about the base mode. I think base modes often suffer. This one looks, I mean, again, it looks a bit like it's a standard lying down H format. So arms and legs splayed and the body doing goodness knows what. But in terms of what it looks like in levels and depth, etc., it looks interesting. It looks like it could be one of my favourites by the end of it. The other version of the combined form here, I like it. And again, of course, we have the benefit of it having 3 separate standalone components. There's a lot to be excited about, I think, with this figure. And I've got to be honest, I very nearly didn't pick it up because, as I said, Armada, not really my bag. Don't know much about it. So I think it's a real win for the online marketing Hasbro have done, because as I saw more and more marketing about it, I thought actually this looks pretty good. So FOMO may have crept in, but you know what, at the end of the day, I'm glad I let it, because having got him out of the box and attached all his bits and pieces together, folks, this is a tremendous figure. Anyway, let me show you what I mean. And here we are. So I've had to bring him into the outside world, because in order for you to get the full impact, he needs to be exposed to the elements. This really is a Titanic figure. Now I'm gonna probably for this video stick to robot mode, and I'll do a follow-up with the alternate modes, because I think that's going to be easiest. Plus I just really want to get this out to you, because I think if you're not sure if this is something you want to get, I want you to see why I think it's absolutely something you want to get. So let's just go a bit closer on that face sculpt, and you can see there, that's a really impressive face sculpt. Really, really good. The detailing is fantastic. In fact, as we go down the whole of the body, everything here, the detailing, these are put on as part of the self-assembly, but otherwise everything here is so well detailed. The legs are fantastic, the feet are brilliant, the articulation in the ankle, there's articulation in the knee, I'll show in a second. We've got some thigh rotation, hips do everything you would want the hips to do. There's no waist rotation, certainly not that I can activate. We've got some movement of the head, but it doesn't give us any sort of up or down. It's very much just on a side-to-side swivel. The arms are on ratchets, and they are, you can hear them there, pretty stiff, mind you. We do have articulated hands here, which move around. I think this is part of another aspect of the transformation. So you can see you've got the fingers there and a sort of a thumb, and within it, because you've got elbow articulation, but it's really heavy, tight ratchets. You can see within that the arm, where are we? The arm cannon there, and you get that duplicated on this side as well, tucked away. So this is the front, and you know, it's really, really impressive. I really, really, really am enjoying messing about with this figure. So let's turn him around. You can see, you can see it's not overly hidden how some of these component parts are going to separate and give us the dark fleet, and in turn everything else. A little bit of a concern of mine. Again, you can see the wonderful detailing on the reverse of the arms, the circuitry, etc., etc. So I've no qualms. Some fans here. I've no qualms about the detailing, but here this looks like an interesting piece of detailing. But the reality is, this is one of the concealed components rather, that will attach to Megatron and Galvatron. And it's a genius move, because you can sort of detach these components without it having a detrimental impact on Tidal Wave overall. So from an engineering point of view and a marketing point of view and added play value, it's ingenious, because you can still get to keep the figure intact. You just have some minor adjustments to some of the pieces. The butt flap is large. I had hoped it would sort of close off over here so we could keep that hidden, but alas it doesn't. And you can see the embedded wheels there. Again, super detailing on the backs of the legs. Again, some of the elements are quite apparent, but it's a very, considering it separates into three, well, more than three really, component parts. This is a really sturdy, well balanced figure, and I can't sing its praises enough. And again, as I say, apologies for bringing it out here. This is one of the areas that we let grow a bit wild, because it makes for some quite good photography on elements. And you can see his colour scheme popping against the natural environment. So it's something I'm really, really thrilled about. There, I'll just give you another pan. So yeah, if you're not sure about getting this figure, 100% go for it, would be my advice. Obviously you don't have to take my advice, and it is a considered purchase, it's not cheap. but it's pretty damn good to mess with. As I say, I haven't done any of the transformations yet, so I may have a complete change of heart when we get there, but I think that's unlikely. But what I will do is I will do a full follow-up video to this where I take him apart and we have the Dark Fleet, we have a look at the base mode, and we have a look at the combined ship mode, and then I can give you an overall opinion. But my first impressions on this figure, fantastic, and I'm so glad that I forked out the money. And big shout out to In Demand Toys in the UK who managed to get this to me today, so I'm super pleased to have this now on my shelf, although before it gets on my shelf I'm going to start dismantling it and having some fun. So hopefully I'll get some of that out to you over the forthcoming weekend. Anyway, take care, thanks very much for watching. Whilst you're here, do please like the video, also subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video, or indeed a past video. I've been the Time Travelling Toy Collector. You've been a fantastic visual audience, and this has been so far the Titan Class Transformers Armada Tidal Wave. Take care. Bye bye for now.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.